Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Market Insights with Linux, and welcome to this new video in which I wanted to discuss the entire stock market. All right, and as a proxy for that, we use the S&P 500, of course. That's I think the most commonly used index to judge the market, and that's also the index I watch mostly and that I have a full analysis on, and that's also what I reference quite often in the videos to get a little bit more information about what we should expect from gold, etc. Just for some more confluences. But we'll talk about the technicals at the end of the video. The technicals right now are very interesting. We accurately predicted that move right here from Monday, from the support right here up to that main level right here where we are right now at 546. I still think short term we can rally up higher towards 550 and 560. Maybe 565, like that's the general area which we are rallying into, where we also had balance right here at the beginning of March. But to break out above that, I do not expect, but we'll talk about that later. But that means then in terms of risk reward, if you do want to trade this, I would say going long right now is not the best not the best opportunity, but that depends slightly on the fundamentals and how you judge the markets and just what your strategy is. But that would be my thoughts right now. But before we talk a little bit more about the technicals, I wanted to focus on the fundamentals. All right, fundamentals move the market, and even though technicals, if we zoom in, we can get some more information with those. I think the technicals are by far what we need to focus on, or I think the fundamentals right now are by far what we need to focus on. So first of all, most important is obviously the trade war. Tariffs, trade deals, whatever you want to call it. Almost all the major news regarding that is making the markets move. We had some positivity earlier this morning, or at least the start of the Asian session, when we heard that China was slashing import tariffs for certain US goods, and just in general what that caused, and this has been the situation for the entire week so far, is some more stability, with the volatility index dropping down, as you can see, since yesterday morning, but that continued over the course of today. At least for some time. There seems to be a bit of a shift on the short term right now, but that is not something like I do not have a news feed here to the left of me to check that out. So it could change, but for now the situation is still that US bond yields are down, gold is down, as you can see. We had a bit of a bearish breakdown for that. That means more stability, and that is positive for the S&P 500. But like I said, and therefore positive for the stock markets, but S&P 500 stock markets, basically same thing. So that's positive, but headlines regarding that and just in general updates regarding any trade deals with the US and China, US and Japan, US and EU, those will make the markets move, right? And it could be in both directions, depending on the nature of the development. And then outside of that, look, like I said, I mean, we're getting a bit of a red candle right here. I don't think that's anything we need to be worried about for now. But overall, I am fairly positive about the S&P 500, even though I think we're nearing a major resistance level. And one of the reasons for that, I'm not sure if many of you watch these earnings reports, but the earnings reports for a lot of companies in the NASDAQ, which are obviously also companies in the S&P 500 last week, have been great. I mean, Tuesday we obviously had Tesla data that was not good. But outside of that, most other companies, as you can see right here, so Verizon, RTX, SAP, but then on Monday, Monday was not that much, but then Wednesday we had Philip Morris, we had IBM, most of those were all higher than expected. Thursday, yesterday, we had Google, that was much higher than expected, and some other companies around that as well. So in general, the companies within the S&P 500 are still doing great. And that's in combination with the situation that we still have this week of some more stability, makes me fundamentally still bullish on the S&P 500 right here. And that's also why short term, I do think we can rally up higher into that level right here at 560, 565, like I said. Now we could have a pullback into this intraday support level at 532. That is a possibility I do see, and that's either going to be today, most likely going to be next week. I don't expect much movement today unless we get some headlines. But something like this short term is what I would say is most likely. However, like I said at the start of the video as well, that level right here between 560 and 565 technically is a very strong resistance level. And to break above that, I really do think we need some sort of news, all right? Some sort of development that's positive for the markets. And that could be with the trade deals, could be something regarding the import tariffs, could also be regarding the monetary policy. All right, it's still very, very important over the course of next week, because this week we barely had any economic data, but over the course of next week to judge how the US economy is reacting to these tariffs and to the news. All right, because at this point of time, how many rate cuts we're going to get in 2025 is still very much out there, right? I mean, we're not certain yet. Right now, for the 10th of December, you can see how distributed the odds are. So therefore, economic data can move these odds, and these odds will make the markets move, right? So if we have positive news, we can break above 565 to rally up higher towards, I would say the first intraday level is 585. Positive news regarding those tariffs, but it could also be regarding monetary policy, which obviously, if we get one major headline about QE, it's obviously going to take us quite high. But those are my thoughts for now. For now, I expect us to pull back again from here into 230, potentially back into that level right here at 210, 215. Those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know regarding the stock markets for now. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Make sure to join the free Telegram channel as well. And there I post daily updates regarding the markets and what you need to know. Take care and bye.